making test is a test of visual attention and task switching. It largely reflects speed and fluid cognitive ability of an individual. You can study visual search speed, scanning, speed of processing, mental flexibility as well as executive functioning using this test. If you remember, while going through intelligence, a quick reference was made to Army Alpha and Army Beta tests of intelligence. Historically, trail making was used to assess general intelligence. If you look at the work around 1944, this test was part of Army individual test of general ability. All tests that tells you about any given human ability and the seat of such ability is located in the brain, you can very easily use it to identify brain dysfunctions. This is true for trail making test as well. In the 1950s, it was used as a neuropsychological tool for assessing cognitive dysfunction due to brain damage. It was incorporated in the Halstead-Rayton battery. Poor performance on trail making is associated with brain impairment pertaining to frontal lobe. Let us now see a demo of this test.
This is a basic experiment to test human attention. Okay, and this test is very simple. There will be 25 dots.
Okay.
And you just have to connect these dots without lifting the pen up.
Okay.
Okay. Now there will be a trial which we will demonstrate here, and then once the trial is over, then you can pursue to the main experiment.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a trial one.
Okay.
So 1 is the beginning and 8 is the end.
Okay.
So now without lifting the pen, you just have to connect.
Okay.
Will you please do it? So you go from 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Exactly the same way. Okay. So now main test session has 25 dots here.
Okay.
You just connect the same dot as quick as possible without lifting the pen up.
Alright.
Okay. Okay. So whenever you are ready, you may start.
So I am ready.
Oh, okay, please. Okay, you're done? Okay. So, what does this test examine? This test examines the visual search speed, how fast you search the words, and then how you process these speed, and then mental flexibility of this, and then executive functioning, because you require to move from one dot to the another, and then directional and decision making is involved. So that is why this test is performed, and average speed to perform this test is 75 seconds.
Okay.
And fast as you can do is 25 seconds. But if you exceed this period, then you may lie in the category of deficiency.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now the next test is this one, which is a little bit more complex.
Okay.
Now, when I say complex, why I say complex is because there are numbers, as you can see, and the alphabets. So this requires more cognitive flexibility here. Now you have to differentiate between the numbers and the alphabets. Okay. So maybe you can start. So first you have to follow the numbers.
Okay.
So you will start from 1.
And then
You go to, yes, then alphabet, and then you go to another number, then alphabet, then number. Okay, now see, yeah, so and then, yes, see, so have you seen the pattern here? So it is a little bit more cognitive task involved here, and if you make mistake, then okay, it's fine, but this complex task of a person who is having attention deficiency, for them this task is very, very hard, difficult to follow. Okay. So, okay, if you are ready, then we can start with the main trial test. We have to end this. Okay, yeah, this is the main task. Okay, so you know, so first you go to the word number,
first letters,
number,
and then letters.
number, and then letter. Okay, so this is it. This is the simple test to examine the human attention, and along with this we also test the scanning speed, then cognitive flexibility and executive functioning.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let us now see another lab session where D2 test has been administered. The D2 test of attention was originally developed as a cancellation task by Brickenkamp in 1981. Now it is used as a neuropsychological test to measure visual scanning, selective attention and sustained attention.
Okay, this is a simple test to examine human attention, okay, using paper pencil. So here you will be given this pen, digital pen, and then you can mark your responses as you move. The test is very simple. This test is known as D2 test, a neuropsychological test for selective and sustained attention, as you can see here. Okay, so what you do, you scan. There will be a sheet of paper where you will be seeing number of letters D, P, and then what you have to do, you have to mark the letter which is having 2 marks on it. So this is your target. This is not your target. So the target is the letter which is with 2 marks. So here the mark is 3.
This
no?
would be the target.
No, this is P. So you have to find the target with letter D having 2 marks, just like that, but the D. So I will show you a sample. But these are not the target. Okay, these are the distractors to you. So the test is like this. So you see these letters. So you start from this row, first row, and then you go as you finish. So the target is this D with 2 dots. D with 2 dots here on either side, but D with 3 dots is a distractor, so you have to skip that, and you have to also skip the P. P is also not the target.
Okay, P is also the distractor.
Yes, P is also the distractor. So whenever you are ready, then you can start from here, and then you can mark as fast as you can. Okay, make sure that you make less and less mistakes.
So
Yeah, is it? Are you comfortable? Okay.
it's okay. Should I begin?
Yes. Okay, look here, because you were so fast that few D's you missed. For instance, this one, nah? This one, and then this one, you know. So all these D's which you missed, the target stimuli will be counted as an error. So then we evaluate, but of course the normal healthy individuals do the scanning. The faster they have to respond, but the people who are having some deficiency, they are very slow in such tasks, and also they make more errors. So sometimes also in the third line you skipped many, so this might be only due to the search, or sometimes it is very resembling to P, so that's why, but otherwise your score seems to be very
so do you take into account speed also, na?
Yes, we take into account speed and scanning, and that's why, because it comes into this all focus retention thing. Thank you.
Till now, we saw examples of paper pencil based psychological tools. I must share with you that a large number of psychological tools are now available in the computer assisted format. Let us now see a lab session involving the Vienna test system. VTS allows you to run selected tests independently, or you can even run them continuously by selecting test batteries, and of course, you have the choice of selecting different tests to make your own test battery. In the first test that you will watch here is a perception test, where the subject has to distinguish brightness. Initially you see a practice test, the instructions are written. Here the colored square either disappears, is bright, or it becomes lighter. The subject is supposed to press a green button if the square gets lighter or darker.
आपको पहचानना है कि यहाँ पर ये जो स्क्वायर है ये कब लाइट हुआ या फिर कब डार्क हुआ. Here it mentions sometimes a square gets lighter or darker. You have to watch it carefully. If the square gets lighter or darker, then please press the green button. जब भी ये स्क्वायर लाइट होता है या फिर डार्कर शेड में चला जाता है, नॉर्मल शेड्स, then we have to press the green button from this response panel. ये हमें as soon as possible, as quick as possible we can press it. तो उसका response time से स्कोरिंग में फ़र्क पड़ता है. So we have to press this button as quick as we can. So here it's mentioned to go to the next level, we have to press the green button. So we have to again press the green button from this response panel. So we will do this. So from here it begins, like it becomes lighter shade, we will press the green button. So आपके सामने एक स्क्वायर आएगा, ये नॉर्मल शेड है, ये लाइटर हुआ, देन मुझे ग्रीन बटन दबाना है. ये लाइटर शेड में अपीयर हुआ लेकिन शेड इसका चेंज नहीं हुआ, तो वी नीड नॉट टू प्रेस द ग्रीन बटन. ये लाइट हो गया शेड, देन वी हैव टू प्रेस द ग्रीन बटन. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द शेड्स. अगर शेड का कलर चेंज होता है, स्क्वायर का कलर चेंज होता है, देन ओनली वी हैव टू प्रेस द ग्रीन बटन. इट चेंजेस, देन वी आर प्रेसिंग द ग्रीन बटन. So this is all about the demo, the practice test. It gives that for the next 4 minutes we will having the same process. Now the actual test begin. To start with the test, it's here, I am ready to start, then again we have to press the green button to start with the test. So here we will press the green button. So again this is the actual test. This becomes lighter, then I press the green button. स्क्वायर का कलर यहाँ पर चेंज नहीं हुआ, तो हमें यहाँ पर दबाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अगेन चेंज नहीं हुआ तो हमें दबाना नहीं है, बट इट चेंजेस तो आई प्रेस द ग्रीन बटन. सो स्क्वायर कलर चेंज नहीं हुआ तो वी डिड नॉट टू चेंज. द सेम थिंग्स रिपीट अगेन एंड अगेन. हियर अगेन वी नीड टू प्रेस इट. So here the test ends and it gives information that thank you for participating. So here the test is ended. So automatically it gives you an option to display the result. So for seeing or viewing the result, you can press this button, display test results, or if you directly want to take the printout, you can click on the test results. So if you want to view the results, we can click on the display test results. This is the report. If we want to take the printout from this place, we can also take the printout. We can click the print button. If we want to copy it and print it to the later stage, we can always copy this from the clipboard option and we can paste it to the some other format like MS Word or some other format more or less. So this is the entire report, and here you are also having option, interpretation option. From here you can see the entire interpretation related to the result, and here is the list of the norms related to this particular test. So this is the entire details. From here you can close to the button. Okay. So here the entire report is, so this is the entire test result. So here it will first give you the name, जिसने टेस्ट परफॉर्म किया है उसकी डिटेल्स आ रही है, the person's age, gender, the total age in figures is or her education level. यहाँ पर जो हमने स्कोरिंग कोड डाला था HSS वो आ रहा है. Here firstly this gives the name of the test. This was FWA FW. This is basically a perception and attention function test. This is basically for the perception test functions. We have opted S2 form. So here it's giving S2, which is distinguishing brightness test. Test administration का date, time आ रहा है और total test inclusive of the pilot test and the actual test 8 मिनट ये लगा. So here the actual test result is, the test variable is and the raw score. Here is the raw score, actual raw score. Here are the variables. So first is correct reactions. कितने reactions मेरे सही थे. So here it gives 100%. It means जितने भी squares lighter shade में गए थे या darker shade में गए थे, वो सारे के सारे 100%, 100 out of 100 मैंने सारे सही press किए थे. Here false reaction. Here it is 0.0. It means कि कोई भी गलत reaction नहीं था. अगर किसी का reaction गलत होता है तो यहाँ पर difference आएगा. Suppose 80%, 80% अगर हमारे सही थे figure तो here it gives 80.0 और यहाँ पर 20.0. Again it is omission. It means I was not able to click either right or wrong. Suppose lighter shade हुआ, मैंने दबा दिया बिल्कुल accurate. It means it comes under correct reaction. Lighter shade हुआ, नहीं हुआ और मैंने दबा दिया, तो it means it comes under false reaction. लेकिन lighter shade हुआ और मैं दबा नहीं पाया. It means I was not able to perform on that particular occasion. तो यहाँ पर वो omission में चला जाएगा. तो it gives again for an example 100 में से 70 मैंने सही किए, 70 यहाँ पर आएगा. अगर मैंने 20 गलत किए तो 20 यहाँ पर आएगा और 10 मैंने मिस कर दिया परफॉर्म करना तो 10 यहाँ पर आएगा. So this is the raw score of your actual test. Here raw score is having one number and here is the description of that particular number, all raw scores in percent. It means this raw score, it is in the percentage format. If we move to the bottom, so here is the test protocol, basically a set of rules. So there are total 42 figures which comes during the test, so which we known as item basically. So for the first to 10 item we will be having this score. This is basically an automatic calculated score. This score is calculated on the base of the norm samples which has already been inside this BTS system. What kind of norm samples and what is the formula and what number norm samples is included in this machine, that you can find in with this button, the norms button. You can go here and click on here and you will get the entire norms, how and what methodology the system has used to get this calculations. Again, this is for the first to 10 item. Similarly, the 11 to 20, 21 to 30, likewise till 41 to 42, the entire figure is calculated. In the bottom of this tabular format, you will get the comments like comments. Like the number in the fields indicate in turn type of reactions, where type of reactions 0 plus, wherever you find this 0 plus, here is the 0 plus, it means this is a type of reaction. The correct non-reaction for 0 plus. Whenever you get 1 plus, like this place 1 plus, it means correct reactions. Wherever you get 0, like this one, it means omission. Wherever you get 1, it means false reaction. Working time in seconds. If you have like this space, this will not appear in this tabular format because मेरा जो रॉ स्कोर है वो 100 है और कोई मैंने गलत रिएक्शन या ओमिशन नहीं किया है, तो you are not able to see this 0 mark and this 1 mark in this tabular format. If this blank dash comes in this tabular format, it means item was not presented in the test. So this is also not available in the tabular format because this has not been occurred during the test.
This is an apparatus for Mueller-Lyer illusion. In this apparatus, you can see that there are two lines. One is an arrow-headed line and one is a feather-headed line. Now, this line is fixed. What the person has to do is to move this so that the person can make this line equivalent to this arrow-headed line, which can be done by moving this. Like if we can bring it here, it will be smaller than this line. If we bring it here, approximately it will be equivalent to the arrow-headed line. Now, to find out whether the person has done it correctly, we will be seeing at the back of it, there is a scale. And with this scale, we can measure what is the actual length of the feather-headed line which the participant has fixed in accordance with the arrow-headed line. So, in this apparatus, what you have to do is that this is an arrow-headed line and this is a feather-headed line. You have to adjust this line in accordance with this line. So, you can move this slider and bring it to a point where you think the lines are now equivalent. So, you can do this. Done? Okay. So, we can see that in this trial the person has made the distance of 12.5 centimeters. Right. Okay. So, now again with the same hand you have to move this slider again inwards to make it equivalent to this line. Done? Okay. So, in this trial we can see that the length has been approximately 12.4 centimeters. Now, in this condition we will ask the participant to make an outward movement to make this line equivalent to the arrow-headed line like this. Approximately where the participant will feel its equivalent, the participant will stop this slider. Okay. Now, in this condition, as you can see the slider is at the center position, you have to move the slider toward outside so that you can make this line equivalent to this arrow-headed line. So, in this trial we can see that the approximate length was 11.9 centimeters. Okay. Now again you have to do the same thing, you have to slide it outside so that you can make the line equivalent to the arrow-headed line. Please do. So, in this trial we can see the length was approximately 12.1 centimeters. This is an apparatus for horizontal vertical illusion. In this you can see that we can move this slider up, and what we have to do is we will keep it at a level and we will ask the person to adjust this slider in so that this line is equivalent to this line. So, this slider can be moved, and the participant will keep it at a place where the participant will feel that this line is now equivalent to this line, and we can see the length of that line from the scale which is behind the apparatus. So, you can see that this line, this is a movable slider. What you have to do is to move this slider downwards so that this line is equivalent to this line. So, please do that. Okay. Now, the length of this line we can see from behind from this scale. This is where the person moved this slider. So, you have to do this task again. You have to move this slider so that the line is equivalent to this line. Please do. Okay. Now, the length can be seen from behind. This is where the person kept the slider.